Happy Friday the 13th. This is the Acting Featurette channel. I'm Chris. It's Friday the 13th, 2025, all day long, and I have a mixed bag video today. And I have been watching stuff. First of all, shout out to fellow Ohioan. There's a channel by the name of Full Moon Matinee. I think that's the channel name, Full Moon Matinee. And every Saturday he uploads a new video, but he has right here on the YouTube, he has film noir that he uploads every Saturday, and he is the detective from Dublin, Ohio. What a great channel. He has like the little the movie show host intro and then a little intermission, and then he wraps it up. But oh my gosh, I really enjoy that channel. If you are a fan of film noir, if you follow along with my letterbox, you'll probably notice that a lot of what I watch are things that he uploads to YouTube. So kudos to him, and I hope he keeps up the work because really great channel. If you watch his channel, let me know. And if you don't, check it out. You know, if you're into film noir, I love it. So first of all, kudos to him because that's what I'll be doing this weekend. Definitely checking out some film noir on his channel. So I have been watching movies, but I'm not going to talk about those today. Like I said, it's Friday the 13th, and I'm going to tell you a little story, okay? It's story time on X-Teen Featurette today. So I always said that Friday the 13th was like my go-to favorite slasher, okay? That was like my go-to for years and years and years, and it's still like a very beloved franchise. My brother and I used to watch it a bunch, and you know, back before I had kids, I would do like weird Jason-themed things for Friday the 13th. It was just fun. You guys know how that is. You're nerds. You get it. So my first memories of Friday the 13th, I was an 80s baby. I was a 90s kid. I was a little too young for Friday the 13th whenever I figured out what it was. You know, Freddy and Jason were like big back then, and, you know, all the cool kids would talk about these things. Okay, so I had never seen a Friday the 13th movie at this point in my life. I don't know how old I was. I was in elementary school. I don't know how old I was. Far too young to be watching that stuff. I grew up in this neighborhood with all these kids, and my next door neighbors, Kenny and Eric, okay, we used to hang out all the time. We'd ride bikes together, and we would just do whatever. We would hang out together all day long like you do in the summer whenever you're a kid in the 90s. And that's what we did. I had this dilapidated shed that was in my backyard that Kenny was like a year older than me, and he would like tell stories. Like he would try to, you know, spook out the younger kids. And he told us that Jason was locked up in that shed, and it was like locked with a, I think it was like a master lock. It was a master brand lock. It was like a padlock. And he said that Jason was locked in that old abandoned shed in the backyard. And then he was locked in there with the lock. And he said that Master, M-A-S-T-E-R on the lock, stood for something with Jason's mother. And we were like, whoa. I don't know. We were like scared of the shed because of it. And then it mysteriously burnt down. And I'm pretty sure he did it. The fire department showed up. They basically tore it to the ground. But anyway, it wasn't mine. Like, I don't know, somebody was doing something with it, but it was creepy, and there was like nothing of value in it. But I'm pretty sure Jason wasn't in there. But we were definitely scared of it for that reason. So thanks a lot, Kenny. And then, you know, I had a hand-me-down NES that was my cousin's, and he was like 5 years older than me. So I inherited, and this was after SNES came out, I inherited the last generation gaming console and all of his games, like the library of games. And one of my favorite games to play with my brother and sister was the Friday the 13th game, and it had all those like bright, vibrant colors, and it was so difficult. And you would get spooked, you know, Jason would pop out and you and your friends are dead. And yeah, and there was a character in that game called Chrissy, obviously, and I was like, oh my god, he's killing me. So I don't know. It was It was a little terrifying, and that's probably why I still don't like spooky games to this day. So that's how we used to play. That's what we did, and that was my earliest memories of Friday the 13th before I had even seen the movies. So I don't know. Maybe I was just biased towards the franchise because I had these like early, wanting to be part of it, but not yet knowing anything about it. And I guess it had that allure to it. All the older kids liked it, so I was like, I want to, be cool and talk about Jason. And then Kenny grew up and killed a pizza delivery guy, and now he's in prison for life. So I don't know if that's correlated, but he was a nice kid, but obviously that didn't last long. So that was my Friday the 13th story. And anyway, next, on to more positive things than murdering pizza delivery guys. I have Kelly sent me something in the mail. And I told you, you never know. You never know what Kelly's going to send. And sometimes, like, interesting things just show up, and you're like, and then you look and see who it was from, and you're like, yep. But this is awesome. So I just had to show it because I really appreciate it. This is, like I said, right up my alley. We always talk about, health-related stuff, and he sent me a whole bunch of meat snacks. And these, I believe, are from the great state of Ohio. They are Paleo Valley. Has anybody tried these? Because they're, grass-fed, gluten-free, soy-free, no MSG. That rhymed. So, and there's garlic summer sausage and the original beef stick. This is obviously not sponsored, but I am excited, and this is my channel, so this is what I do. And jalapeno and maple bacon pork. And then I'm really excited about these guys. We have teriyaki moto, and then we have venison stick, little deer meat. So thanks, Kelly. I'm going to be snacking on that for, probably not as long as it should be. I'm probably going to devour them rather quickly. So thank you. That was super generous. And I did share that, what's it called? The To Die For documentary with him. So, and he's sending it back. So I'm probably going to forward it to my sister and share the knowledge. I liked it. It was good. So check out that video on my channel if you missed it. To Die For, the documentary on artificial food coloring. And like I said, it's Friday the 13th, but it's also Father's Day weekend. So I wanted to show off a Shout Select Classic, the collector's edition copy of Mr. Mom, with Michael Keaton, notorious Pittsburgher, and Terry Garr. And this is such a fun movie. Oh my gosh, 1983. This is such a fun movie. I didn't see it until a couple years ago. Didn't grow up with it or anything, but it is such a fun, like, fish out of water story. Terry Garr is a mom, Michael Keaton, they live in Detroit, and he gets laid off from some auto manufacturer he's working for. His wife goes back to work, big corporate job, so he takes on the mom duties with his kids. And there are some characters. There's her boss that's, getting handsy with her. There's this lady with, little sleazy. And the kids are in it minorly. Here's the alternate artwork, I guess, for the Shout. But there's so many scenes in this that, and I watched this at the same time, around the same time that I watched Multiplicity, which is another great Michael Keaton movie. Makes for a fun little double feature. I'm not going to do a full review on this or anything. I just wanted to make a quick statement on how great I think it is. But I did want to take this opportunity to say, are you going to make it all 220? So that was my favorite part of this movie. The boss comes over. You going to make it all 220? 220, 221, whatever it takes. That was my favorite part by far. Oh my gosh. Yeah, if you need me. That whole part was so fun. What are you, crazy? You fed a baby chili? So that will about do it for today. Happy Father's Day. Happy Friday the 13th. I have 1,700 subscribers now. So to the dozen that watch. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. The algorithm didn't kick me out yet. It might next week. So look for my video next week and see what it is, and maybe I'll talk about a movie. Who knows? Stranger things have happened. Beyond belief. Fact or fiction? I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.